Hi there, you are tuned into Beauty and Braids, the podcast where I, Karyne Tenard, has conversations about all things relevant to personal growth and development. Just a heads up, I'm unfiltered. You're welcome.
Hey everyone, I'm back. I'm going to talk about social versus self-acceptance today, okay? I hope y'all doing fine. I don't know what day number it is of this quarantine situation, but it's been going. You know what I'm saying? Can't believe we did over a month already, and the world is just right now confused, mixed with fear and depression and anxiety and excitement and grief, sadness. It's a whole bunch of emotions going on right now. But I want to stay focused during this time and not allow it to distract me, you know. So again, social versus self-acceptance. And when you think about social acceptance, you know, it you're doing what the majority of people are doing. Like, you're conforming to what society wants and expects of yourself. And when doing that, like, they put you in a box, and now this is the box that you live in. This is who you are perceived to be. Don't do anything outside of this, because we are not prepared for you to do anything else, because this is what we think you should be doing. This is what it looks like you should be doing. Your name should be this, like all of that stuff with the whole social acceptance. This will should work like, oh, you have a skill in this, that's what you should do, and that's it. There's People don't think that you should do more than one thing. If you do more than one thing, you're a superhero. First of all, everybody can do more than one thing. There's just some people that have more of a drive, or they're curious, so they tend to explore, learn, want to do more things. And sometimes it's just and it's also according to their makeup. When they're exposed to certain things, it just, it sparks a light within them that they want to do other things. And some people have not experienced that, so they don't understand when somebody wants to do a little bit more, or they're outside of the norm, and, that becomes a problem. Now, when it comes to self-acceptance, you don't have none of that. You have your own norm of who you are, because you do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Self-acceptance is the key. A lot of people don't have that. They think they do, but they really don't, because if they are doing what is expected of them, or they don't want people to see them differently, or I don't, people going to say this. And again, now you're thinking about what people think, and you care about other people's feelings, and you care about other people's feelings who won't care about your feelings when they start judging you. And that's the problem. Care about your own feelings. How do those people make you feel? And if they make you feel less than, or like something's wrong with you, then why do you try to impress the people who are trying to hurt you, or saying there's a problem with you? You have to look within yourself. Yeah, there's some things we do work on, and of course we go through experiences to build that character, to change, our hearts for the better, right? So the whole norm with self-acceptance is you might just go against it. People like, that's not normal. Oh, that, I've never seen that. Or you be like, and everything was not of the norm before it was the norm. People introduce new things or reintroduce new things that people forget about, like honesty, like genuine, like like authenticity, like those rare things that nobody no longer, that some people no longer, not that most people no longer have. People are fake it till you make it, and that's the norm now. Everybody is faking it. You can't believe anything that you see or hear anymore. Now you have to rely on yourself. You have to rely on your consciousness, your energy, the energy around you, to really determine if someone is telling you the truth or not. So in retrospect, what is happening is we now have to go within, which is a good thing. But it did come out of something that, is actually not so good, where we have to go in ourselves and listen to ourselves. And that's the great thing, because if we can't listen and trust ourselves, then who can we trust? And a lot of people are like, oh, they'll ask other people, what do you think? What do you think I should do? What's your opinion on this? Like, everybody else's opinion and what they think don't matter. The first instinct, it should comes from you. So when you start asking questions, about other people, remember, or just think about, like, do I have self-acceptance? Do I accept who I am and my thoughts? Have I done the work on myself so I can actually be in tune with myself? Because we all are built with or created with a built-in consciousness for a reason. That it's not there just because it's cute. It's there to navigate you. It's a compass within this world and its life. And if we are not using it, we will lose it, and we will lose ourselves, because that is us. That is the essence of us. That is our guides. God lives within us. That is our God, sitting there, sitting in our gut, telling us this is not, don't do that. This person is not genuine. Not to say, this person is evil or whatever, but this might not be the right person for you. There's a nagging feeling there, but a lot of us do not listen, because we're like, no, I don't believe it. I'll look past that. And then in the end, we get burned. Something happens, and then we lose trust. And if we lose trust in people, we will lose trust in ourselves. So when it comes to self-acceptance, I am yes. Okay? Self-acceptance is way better. Social acceptance is, if you need, if you want people to not bother you or whatever, you want to do social acceptance. You want to get in with certain people, shake hands and stuff like that. But it's tiring after a while. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't really get to know you. And that's why people don't really mess with certain people, because they're like, I don't really know you. There's something that you're hiding. Yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because people are trying to be something other than themselves. They don't know who they are, So how would other people like you if they don't know who you are? Because when you do show who you are, they're going to be like, who is this? You know what I'm saying? So the best thing you can do is from the beginning. And I apologize for all of that noise in the background. You know what I'm saying? I'm in New York City, and I'm in America, I guess. And that's all you hear, you know what I'm saying, in the background. So, don't mind that. And when it comes to truth in social acceptance, a lot of people are not trying to face the truth, okay? Like, people will see something wrong, something so wrong, they're against it. They won't speak up. They will look at it and just be like, it's not my problem. It's not my problem. Those are the people who are a part of the social acceptance. They want social acceptance. It's not my problem. Let me not say nothing because I'm not trying to disrupt the vibe or whatever. And then there's people who have self-acceptance. And it's, no, that is wrong. I will speak up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you speak up against things that you know it doesn't make sense. That it's just not right. Like, when you have self-acceptance, you're not compromised where you're like, you know what, I know this is not right, but it's the norm. Like, I had this conversation with somebody and they were like, oh, well, where I'm at, like, in Florida, but it was a guy, like, in Florida, you know, girls get, you know, I guess slapped or beat up by their boyfriends. Like, that's the norm over here. I'm like, all right, so are you okay with that? Like, that's like, well, that's what it, so I'm like, do you hit people? You're from there. Like, oh, look, I didn't say that. I'm like, oh, so you hit people. You put hands on a female. Is that what you're saying? I'm not saying that, oh, would you put a hand on me? Is that you, if we are, I'm not saying I would. Okay, so you don't know who you are. Because I'm asking you direct questions. It's yes or no. You think it's okay. I'm just saying, no. Do you think it's okay? When you have social acceptance, you no longer use your own brain. You no longer speak out. And a lot of people, and I just was like, seriously, like, where in any world is it okay for someone to put their hands on somebody? As a female, I would never put my hands on a man. I would never put my hands on anybody. Like, I barely even hit kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up with my mom beating me. And for me, the way she beat me is that she always used to tell me why I was getting beaten. So every time I did something, I learned never to do that again because that's going to get me in trouble. Like, she explained to me, you know what I'm saying? And the punishment didn't go overboard. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, sometimes it was ruler to the hand and I had to stand there and take it. Like, I knew I was wrong. So I said, all right. You know what I'm saying? I trusted my mother. She knew what she was. Okay. I can't argue with my mother. My mother's strong. You know what I'm saying? And I did it, and I made sure I never did that again. And I was straight. That was the development. That was the growth and the development I had in my childhood. My mom made sure I knew that I knew things was wrong, but she knew that it was not acceptable. She taught me how not to do what everybody else is doing. So, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, my mom did instill a lot of, like, self-acceptance. Well, not doing what everybody else is doing, basically. Like, you have your own mind. You know better. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to my mom for that. You know what I'm saying? So, Now that's the truth of it, right? And people don't want to hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? The mass, the social, the society, they don't want to hear the truth. They want the truth, but they don't want to hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? They they admire it. If anybody can live in their truth, oh my God, person is admirable, because they envy it. They want to live in their own truth, but it's difficult because they have built such of a persona around who they want people to believe they are, that they don't want to start from ground zero. They don't want to do it all over again. They're like, oh God, this person is going to call me a fraud. It's fine. It's fine. Those people who genuinely know you, who truly love you, will say, you know what? I think it's courageous that you are doing this, that you are taking a stand for yourself, because who else will? They don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Like stepping out is, for me, I'm like, oh my God. There's things that I do struggle with, and I'm like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's things I want to dress like, or I want to do, to me, like, oh, you do that too? Like, it comes off to society like you're bragging, or you're doing too much, and oh, you're doing this. But for me, to me, it's like I'm exploring this world. I only have one life. When am I going to get a chance to do everything, or to learn everything and try everything? When? I'm going to come back. I'm not going to remember. I want to do everything now, explore life. And that is fine. It's not, for some people, they're like, oh, I would never do it. And then don't. I don't care. You don't have to do it. I'm doing it. I like doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you can't give me a solution, like, you the problem. Like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? People always like, well, I wouldn't do it. All right, with your negativity, you know what I'm saying? Never asked you. I'm telling you, people with the whole social acceptance, they quick to give you a opinion, and it's just like, look, I didn't ask you. And I'm learning that I'm just like, I try to be in my little bubble, and people pull me out of my bubble, and I'm just kind of like, I just don't. It's just a lot, and I think a lot of people are so wrapped up in, or buried, so buried under their social acceptance, or the box that was created for them, that they get so frustrated because they know they want more for themselves. They know this is not the life that they want to live, but they feel trapped. It's like a prison when you're looking for social acceptance. It's a prison. It's a prison where everybody do the same thing. Everybody think the same way. Everybody don't say much. Everybody gives just enough. Everybody for the gram. You know what I'm saying? And it's free. It's so much freedom when it comes to self-acceptance. I'll tell you, like, whoever's listening, like, social acceptance is prison. Okay? Self-acceptance is freedom. When you can look at yourself in the mirror, see your faults, still accept yourself. Not to say, oh, I accept myself, this is who I am, knowing that, look, that ain't right. This is not right. Don't do, like, you know your faults, and you still in the self-acceptance doesn't say like I'm an a-hole and that's who I am. It's okay, I'm an a-hole. Let me work on that. Let me do the work. You know what I'm saying? But know who you are. Don't someone say, "Oh, well, you are this," and then the person is like, "I'm not. No, I'm not." Like, look, our energy introduces us way before we do. So, whatever you're trying to hide, people know already. Because real recognize real. And there are a few of us that are awake. There are BS detectors where they can sense when somebody is not who they say they are. All you need is a little bit of time with somebody and you know they ain't who they say they are. Like, that's really that I think it makes me laugh sometimes, because when you're standing in your truth, know who you are, unshakable. Yeah, you could be bend a little bit, like where you're just like, you know what? All right, that's the whole process of growth, where you're like learning new things about yourself, and you're also discovering new ways on how to interact, XYZ, communicate and stuff like that. And that's fine. But it's just funny to see that people really, okay, so when you meet somebody and they're like, you click right away. It's just like this feeling where you're just like, wow, it's authentic. The person is not a yes person where they're like, oh yes, 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 I love that too. It's just like this calm connection. It's not forced. It's just easy. That person is what up. You know what I'm saying? Then you meet that, like, that's like a genuine connection, authenticity. They, like, the person is in their power, they who they are. When you meet somebody who is when you meet them and you still like, I don't know about this person, that's a person who is trying their hardest to not show who they are. Most of the time they are disingenuous, and like you'll figure them out. They're not who they say they are. And then there's some people you meet from the back and their energy is just off. You just like, I can't even be around this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's, so to find out who's genuine and stuff like that, it's just this easy connection where you're like, yo, I could vibe with this person. This person is not trying too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people that try so hard to convince you, you know, or just doing the most. That's that social acceptance, like, pick me, you know what I'm saying? Like, like they're trying to do it, and you just really like, yo, just relax. Just relax. If it's for you, it's for you. We ain't got to push this. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because even in my dating, everybody's like, well, that's not normal. Like, you cold. I'm like, no, I'm honest. I know who I am. I know what I want. You know, like when it comes to dating, like I'm like, yo, I don't like to be bothered, but I like to be, I like attention. I just don't like to be bothered. I like my space. I'm very, I'm very loving and everything, but I do like my space because that's the time that I get to, you know, sit with myself, listen to my intuition. And I need that, you know, like I need time for myself. Just like everybody's like, I need can I have your time? No, now Karyne needs her time, you know, and I have to sit there. When you too much under somebody, you tend to lose yourself a little bit, you know, and you still want to be separate. Like you have to be whole on your own. And that's when it comes with self-acceptance, where you can literally be whole on your own. And like, I'll say stuff like, I don't like people cursing. I don't like a guy who is trying to court me just cursing all willy-nilly, because I don't like introducing curses into the relationship. I don't curse. I can curse, but I don't curse. There's a level of respect that comes with that. And, when you understand what I mean. Because it is a level of respect, but that I give my mother as well. She's my queen. So I will not use profanity in her presence, because you just don't. So when someone's courting me, I would see them as my king and as my queen. And I'm that queen. Why would you want to curse at me? Why would you want to curse to me and, introduce me to that? You're supposed to be my protector, my provider. I shouldn't come to you and I feel like you're just like the rest of the world. You're just like somebody on the street, like a homie. And if you're going to do that, then you might just stay a homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I see it. Like, my friends curse or whatever, and I'm just kind of like, what? Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fine. I'll listen to ratchet music and all of that, comedy with curse words. It's fine. But when it comes to showing somebody you care, you love them, and it's just like you don't have any other vocabulary that you want to use, like, we can have a conversation. The thing is, I like conversations that are easy, that are sweet. I was speaking to my friend the other day, and I noticed he does not curse. Like, I don't know if he don't curse because I'm around. I don't know, but he, instead of saying the, like, sugar honey iced tea, SHIT, he says ish. He's like, oh no, and that ish, like, and I respect that. Like, I didn't pick up on it until now, and I'm just like, he does not curse. Because he said the other day, he's like, yo, I was cursing the other day because I was so in pain or whatever. And I was like, wow, like, I've never heard you curse. And he started laughing. I'm like, I know he can curse. Everybody know, everybody's exposed to curse words. It takes a strong person to not. It takes a disciplined person to not do it. It's easy. That's social. That's normal. And social acceptance is normal. Everybody curse, yo. Yeah, but are you everybody? Are you standing alone? Are you standing apart from them? Because it's easy to do that. It's easy to hate. It's easy to criticize somebody. It's easy to hurt somebody, to badmouth somebody. But the norm, that's the norm. That's what everybody does. But self-acceptance is, nah, maybe that person needs a little bit of love. Everybody can't be treated the same. Like, the people are like, well, you just need to be in a relationship. Well, me, I'm like, I'm okay with not being in a relationship. Like, I'm not giving people dating advice. I'm not in a relationship. But I do know what it looks like when someone's being taken advantage of. I do know what self-acceptance is. And I know that if people are just saying, you know what, well, it's just, everybody's just like, everybody's having a relationship. Well, I want a relationship. I'm like, I could have a relationship if I wanted to. I don't want one because I haven't found the person who's worthy enough to be with me. it's about the level of respect I have for myself. Have I found somebody who has the same respect for me and themselves? I'm not being picky. I'm just not being open. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference. Like, people are like, oh, you picky. No, I'm not picky. I'm just not here for open season. You know what I'm saying? I got one position, and I am screening every candidate that comes through. Like, with dating, people's like, well, it's normal that you should sleep with whoever you're dating. No, I date multiple people, so I don't sleep with none of them. And when you introduce sex in situations and you're trying to build and look for something, it complicates things. You know what I'm saying? It just does not, it, it blurs what you need to really see about the person. And if you really do need to walk away, now you really, it's harder for you to walk away because you have a soul tie now. Like, you exchange energies through sexual activity. And now you're just like, oh my God, what did I do? Whatever. I feel like a piece of me have been taken. And, and especially when there's somebody who's not pouring into you, yeah, they take a piece of you. They don't exchange. There's no exchange of the same energy that you're putting out. They just take it. So yeah, when I stopped sleeping with people, and that was my growth, when I stopped sleeping with people, like, and thinking, oh my God, we're going to work out because this is what they said. But basically they were just saying that to get what they wanted. And I'm thinking, oh my God, they can't do that to me. They could do that to anybody. Okay. What I learned, I'm like, I get off my high horse and my pedestal and realize that people say what they need to say to get what they want. Right. So now I'm like, I say whatever I want, and it's honest. I'm like, if I want to just sleep with somebody, I'll be like, yo, let's do it. Most of the time when I say I want to sleep with somebody, I don't see a future with that person, and people are just like, oh, you gonna fall in. No, I'm not. I don't see a future with you because I don't. You're not what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for, so I'm not going to waste my time talking about, well, maybe we could be. Nope. I think you have something I want. I want it. And people are just like, whoa, like, are you serious? Yeah. I don't got time to waste or joke with you or play games, right? And then there's people that I just be like, they show me attention, like I want to talk to you or whatever. And I'm like, if you start talking about relationships and being with me and then now I'm really, okay, you want me to consider you as a potential mate, a potential candidate to fill this position. All right, now I'm gonna have to screen you. Now I have to make sure that you are the perfect fit. It's not me playing games, but it's really like, for me to give you the consideration of this, I have to be thorough. I have to be like, I'm really giving you this opportunity, like, so I know my worth. So I'm really like, like, I'm gonna put you through the ringer, just like a job interview. Like, this is an interview. This is a probation period. I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm in a relationship just because you want me to be in a relationship. No. People, they'll see me single, like, oh my God, I'm single because I want to be. No, I want to be in a relationship, yes. I don't mind being in a relationship. I believe I'm ready for it. But I'm just not going to be in any relationship just to be in a relationship. I don't mind being single. I enjoy my company. I can satisfy myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of like, What can you do for me? Can we add together? Is this going to be a partnership? Am I going to feel protected and provided for, appreciated? Like, so it's all of that stuff. And when I'm talking about like social acceptance, it's more of like, oh, you getting married? Oh, like, yeah, no. It's more of like, so I'm more for self acceptance, because when you accept yourself and you're living in your own truth and you're free to be who you are, you don't need anybody else's validation. You are validated. A lot of people are searching for validation through other people, through things and jewelry and clothes and all this extra stuff. What Corona has taught, is teaching a lot of people, and some of them just missed the mark. I don't even know if they was probably sleeping throughout the thing, or they was never social distancing. But it's taught people to be self-reliant, tap into that, know that, look, this is you might want to learn some basic skills, for survival. That's all I'm saying. And with when you got self-acceptance and you got that validation for yourself, you don't need nobody to give you the okay. You create your own paths, you create your own opportunities. You don't need somebody to give you the opportunity. Those will come when you start creating your own opportunities, because people will be like, oh, how did that person do this, and how did that person do it? Oh, somebody must have gave them the opportunity. And you're sitting there like, I gave myself the opportunity to succeed. I gave myself the chance to say, yeah, you're worth it. You got the skill. You can do it. You don't need nobody to tell you can do what you could do. First of all, you barely know what you can do. We actually think we could do certain things, but usually we can do a little bit more. And that is going with understanding who we are, listening to our subconscious, guiding us through life, accepting other people. Because when you have self-acceptance, you are able to accept other people who are standing in their truth as well. For me, it's difficult to listen to people who are just lying to themselves. It really is, because you just don't even want to deal with it, because it's just kind of like, yo, come to me when you think. But then it's just kind of like, it took time. You start looking at it like, you know what, it took me time to get to this place, and I believe other people will take that same journey. Some of them won't, because it's a lot. Like, self-acceptance has a lot of work to do with it. And I was able to uncover a lot of my hiccups with therapy, with actually just sitting down with myself. So multiple of things that just that brought me to a place of self-acceptance. And also a lot of rejections brought me to that, where I'm just like, yo, I'm over here looking for somebody to do this and looking for somebody to do that, and people are like saying yes, and then they turn their backs. And to me, I started saying, like, you know what, this is meant to be. I was meant to do this on my own. I was meant to be self-reliant, to see what I want and to do it, because you get these visions and things like that for yourself, and it's up to you to get it done. Because most people, you can tell them till you're black and blue in the face, they won't get it until they see it. And the only person who has the power to bring it into fruition is yourself. So self-acceptance over everything. Social acceptance is nothing. You know, if you don't want to be in prison with yourself or imprisoning yourself, see the truth. Accept the truth. Be free. And know that you're already validated. Well, that is what I got for y'all. I hope I left a gem and planted a seed in your heart and you hear this. And it just has something stir within you to know that, yeah, social acceptance isn't truly acceptance. All right. Talk to you. And happy early Mother's Day for everybody. I love y'all. Bye.
Thank you again for listening to Beauty and Braids. I'm your girl Karyne, and this has been another great day. Until next time, you'll hear from me then. In the meantime, please follow me on @HairByKaryne, @ShopBraidAppeal, and @YTC Nonprofit. Get to know me a little bit better. Check them out. Bye.